I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Ladies and boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's Double MD, the undefeated, undisputed YouTube champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels, here with episode 145 of our Fire Emblem Three Houses Let's Play. Guys, if you missed last episode, we did yet another battle in the Sealed Forest. Might be doing a lot more of the same here pretty shortly, but before we get into those auxiliary battles, we're going to be watching these support cutscenes. We have a whole bunch of them to get through, and I do want to watch these before we jump into some more battles because, well, as I've told you guys before, leveling up my support levels is kind of right now my ultimate goal is leveling these bad boys up, especially with Claude. I definitely want to make sure we get all of these maxed out before we move on to the next playthrough. So, make sure I get all my stuff open. I do. Alright, so we're going to watch through Claude's here. And then I gotta kind of mark them on our list here. So Leone, let me see how this looks, by the way, in the audio.
Well, we've got another battle coming up.
That's good.
What do you think of our chances?
Let me quickly mark this and then we'll continue this. So Claude and Leone should be done. And let me go down to Leone and cross her off with Claude. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Winning is always the goal. At any rate, I've done everything I can to prepare.
Now, just be prepared, guys. This whole episode could literally just be us watching support cutscenes. There's a lot of them.
That's the right attitude. I'm sure they're doing all they can on their side, too.
I don't doubt it, but however strong they are, it's no more than a Fodlan concern. Who knows how far this world extends beyond the boundaries of Fodlan? Talk of strength or weakness doesn't amount to much when it's only in relation to a tiny corner of the world.
Does have a point.
Guess you're right. Thinking about it like that, even this war seems like a storm in a teacup.
Exactly. It's nothing more than an internal quarrel amongst the people of Fodlan.
Typical laid-back Claude. I always like talking to you. Your perspective on the world is so refreshing. Things I thought were obvious turn out not to be.
The way you think, that changes the way you see things. Common sense never tells the whole story. It's similar to what we were talking about before, about how you need to doubt yourself first.
True enough. But where did you get these ideas? That perspective of looking past the walls of Fodlan, when it's all we can see in front of us.
Do you really want to know?
Oh, hold up.
I do.
But I'm afraid now isn't the time.
Son of a gun.
When this war is won, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be easier for me to show you than to tell you.
Show me. Are we going somewhere?
It's quite a distance. You'll start to appreciate how big the world is if you go.
Sounds eye-opening. I'll look forward to it. Can we call it a promise?
Yes, it's a promise. But first, let's win this war and leave it far behind us.
Okay, interesting. Alright, so next will be Claude. We still got Lysithea, Marianne, and Hilda we need to level up with them, as well as Flame, Shamir. Alright, so Cyril and him should be done. Let me mark that off my list before we start it. Claude and Cyril. I'll go and mark Balthus down as well, one level. While we're here. Scroll down. There's Cyril. Cross off Claude. And then let me Balthus. Knock down a level for Claude. Okay. Let's jump back into it.
Sorry, Claude. You can't go past.
Huh? Ah, Cyril, it's you. Is there a problem? It's not the first time I've been to the Holy Tomb. Rhea herself took me there once. Besides, the inside's been scoured by the Imperial Army. There's nothing left there now.
Don't matter. Lady Rhea said nobody could go in, so I can't let you through. I gotta do what Lady Rhea says. You wanna break them rules? Then you'll be her enemy. If you're trying to do that, I'll have to fight you.
Fine, I get it. I wouldn't hesitate to make an enemy of Rhea if it came to that. But I'd rather not fight with you. So I'll back off. For now.
Why is that?
Does it matter?
Dunno. With your status, you could smack me to the ground and walk right over me.
I guess. But I wouldn't. We're friends.
I thought you were the kind of guy who'd smack down just about anybody if you needed to.
You really are a stubborn one. All right then, I'll tell you. I swore I'd change this world so that those without status are no longer oppressed. Though you were never one of the people I was hoping to save. I never knew that there were people in Elmira in your kind of situation. I realized that my own perspective was too narrow. You helped me realize that. So, I owe you.
Did you just say you're all about saving people who are oppressed? Really?
I did. Is it so strange to hear that from me?
It's just... you reminded me of Lady Rhea there for a second. Lady Rhea always tried to save us folks without any status in the world. Like when she let an outsider like me stay at the monastery. That was real nice. She brought in those kids from Ramire Village when they lost their parents, and...
Well, I'm not a religious man. I'm sure Rhea wouldn't want to be lumped in with a guy like me.
Lady Rhea didn't do those things because the goddess told her she should. She did it because she wanted to. I can tell you that.
I see. In that case, maybe I don't need to make an enemy of her. Thanks, Cyril. I think you've brought me a step closer to my dream.
Thanks to you too, Claude. If I was able to help you, then that makes me happy.
Very nice. Alright. You would think that they would have a higher support level between the two, but I guess not. Alright, Balthus. We'll move on to the next person.
Hey there, Claude. Where are you headed? If you need some extra muscle, count me in.
No thanks. Not much need for heightened security at the monastery. Well, most of the time, anyway.
Ish, I can take a hint. Was just trying to help you out. The way I see it, can't do much better than cozying up to thee, Claude von Regan, leader of the Alliance.
You can get as cozy as you like, but I don't think that'll lower the price on your head.
Couldn't hurt. People trust you. They trust the folks you run with. I could use a little trust in my life.
So you're hoping this newfound trust will trick more people into lending you money? Yeah, count me out. You know, fighting debt with debt won't work, right?
Just as well. If you mess up leading the Alliance, their plan's a bust anyway, so count me out, pal. By the way, Claude, are you really the heir of House Regan?
Yes? That's my current understanding anyway. Why do you ask?
I've never heard any talk of the last Duke Regan leaving a son behind when he died in that accident. Duke Oswald the Old. Your father? Tall tale if you ask me. And if that's not the case, then who exactly did you get your Regan blood from?
Yeah, there is a bit of mystery there still.
Look at you figuring things out all by yourself. Sorry to say the true story isn't all that interesting. I was born to an offshoot of House Regan. When my crest manifested, I was accepted into the ruling bloodline. That's all there is to it.
Nice try, but I'm not buying it. House Regan produces dukes and leads the whole of the Alliance. Not having an heir is a matter of life and death. Any relative with a crest would be accepted immediately.
I think I've finally figured you out. You're working for Lawrence, aren't you?
Here's what I really can't work out. Duke Oswald's only daughter, Tiana? Whatever happened to her? I met her a few times when I was a kid. She was a great lady. A real looker, too, let me tell ya.
I see your mind was just as pure when you were a kid as it is now. How'd you even cross paths with her?
As the legitimate heir of a minor noble house, I got a pretty decent glimpse into high society. Lady Tiana was something special. The stuff of dreams, really. And one day, she just vanished. Poof! Gone. I'll never forget hearing about it.
Wow. So, you've had a particular interest in older women since way back when. Sorry, go on.
My old man told me I cried buckets. Even Holst lost it.
Holst? As in Holst the Indomitable Alliance General? Huh. I never knew that.
Yeah. And after a while, I heard a strange rumor. Some say Lady Tiana left to live in a far-off land. Once I remembered that, the rest fell into place.
Right. Say, have you considered minding your own business? Isn't that enough of a handful as it is? If you want to have a real discussion sometime, bring me facts, not a bunch of tired gossip. Deal? Anyway, Teach is waiting for me at the training ground, so I better get going.
Nice try, Claude, but I'm on to you.
Interesting, interesting. Still no clarity yet, but we'll get there eventually. Alright, we still got a lot to get through here. So Lawrence, whatever you like to call him, Lawrence. Him and Lysithea. So let me... cross that off real fast. So him and Leone still have one arrow missing. I still don't know exactly what that means. Manuela and Catherine. Okay. So Lorenz is almost done with everybody for now. So that's good. Alright, then let me just cross off Lorenz off of Lysithia's list here. Alright. Start it up.
Lysithia, it's no good for you to expose yourself to such strong sunlight. And a chill could steal upon you at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle. You have been running yourself absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Enough is enough. I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
I'm only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine today. And I'm perfectly capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else. I just want to do my own thing. Bring order to the Alliance, and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical. If you are healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you are to live just as long as anyone else.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
If you want a healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I sent for the finest in wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
That was pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lorenz.
Very nice of
Thank you for being
Lorenz.
so thoughtful.
But Lorenz, you're starting to overstep, buddy. I might have to slap you down.
Still, I don't need bushels and bushels of them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean,
It's fair.
I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible. And for as long as
This is
possible.
breaking my heart, Lysithia.
Truly? Oh, I'm so glad. I feel the same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become. So let us walk, side by side, toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Why are you flustered?
Was she talking about his
What is
voice,
it you're
or
embarrassed about?
nah? Let's keep this
You know
PG.
I will always care for you.
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come. After all, the future of Fodlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
That's what they say.
I won't give up on myself either.
Good job. So we see a nice friendship or relationship flourish there a little bit. Alright, next is Ignatz, and Ignatz with Flane as well as Cyril. Let me go ahead and quickly mark those off. So Ignatz, Flane, marked down one level. And then Cyril and him are done. Let me scroll down to Cyril. And then Ignatz are done. And then I need to find Flame. And like I said, I really should have put this in alphabetical order. Next time, guys. Next time I do this, because I'll make this list pretty early on in our next playthrough. I'll put it in alphabetical order so it's easier to navigate. Live and learn, you know. And Ignatz goes down below. Okay, here we go.
Nothing here.
What are you doing?
Oh, Flame. I've just been researching the exploits of Saint Sethlene.
And why is it you're doing that precisely?
Well, painting is a hobby of mine, and I thought I might like to capture her likeness.
Well, how lovely. But how is researching her exploits necessary for painting?
If I wanted to use a statue of Saint Sethlene for my reference, it wouldn't be necessary. But that's not what I want. I wish to paint Saint Sethlene herself, looking exactly as she did when she was alive. And if I don't know anything about who she was on the inside, the image won't be true to life. So I wanted to find some hints about who she was, and that's why I've been researching her deeds.
Ah,
So you were hoping to find out what type of girl she was.
Girl? Interesting way of putting it, but yes, more or less.
I see. Yes, it is all quite clear to me now.
What's happening?
That's a good question, Ignatz.
Okay, then. Allow me
What's
to
happening?
share with you what I know of Sethleen's deeds. Long ago, in a world ravaged by war, Setleen led a secluded life with her father, Keyhole. One day, they met Saint Seros, who was grieved by the chaos and destruction of war. And so, the three decided to join forces.
Huh? But I thought the saints gathered following a revelation from the goddess.
At the Battle of Tailtean, they fought against the 10 elites led by Nemesis, who sought to conquer the whole world. Setleen tended to her allies on the field of battle, until she exhausted all her strength. Then, she fell into a long slumber.
But according to legend, she used her miraculous powers to heal all of the wounded.
Interesting story, is it not? Have you perhaps learned something new about Setleen?
Having heard all that, I'd say she seems incredible.
Incredible? Well, I haven't heard that before. I feel certain you and I will be fast friends. Let us talk again soon.
Huh. Who knew Flame was such an expert on Setleen?
Weird, right? She had all information on the top of the dome. What a woman. Alright. Cyril and Ignatz now.
Hey, Ignatz. What you doing?
Cyril, hello. I was just looking outside. Are you off to work right now?
I'm gonna get a bucket and get rid of that big puddle everybody keeps walking around.
Oh, you're getting rid of the puddle over there? That's a shame.
Who the hell gets rid of puddles?
Huh?
I've quite enjoyed looking at the puddle. But pay me no mind. The work needs doing. I know.
Huh? What's so nice about it?
Don't we have like mages and shit? Can't they just, one of them just throw a fireball at it and just like, you know, drought it out?
Well, look at it. With the addition of the puddle, the whole landscape has changed dramatically. Plus, it's perfectly unique. No two puddles are alike. Light will never again hit the water in quite that way. This whole landscape is unique, in fact. Here, now, for us to enjoy. It didn't exist a moment ago, and it won't exist in a moment.
I guess you're right, huh? Weird. I never thought about the rain that way. How it makes the world look different, and how that's kind of special, I mean.
Your mood just brightened, Cyril. And that made the world a little brighter, didn't it? And that's the other thing about looking at a landscape. The view is affected by the viewer's feelings.
Huh. Maybe you're right. When I remember it, I think Elmira was a real dull and lonely place. Once you're out of the city, there's nothing but the plains and sky, and they stretch on forever. You can lose yourself out there. That's the kind of place it is. It's strange. When I remember it now, even though it's lonely, it also seems real pretty too.
Maybe the image in your memories is affected by your emotional state. Anyway, it sounds fascinating. Endless plains, boundless sky. That's Elmira, huh? The thought of it makes my pulse quicken.
You're a big weirdo, Ignatz.
Cyril's not wrong,
Am I?
but I like Ignatz.
I suppose I am.
Sitting around, talking about how pretty puddles are?
Well, when you put it like that. Still, I'd love to see Elmira someday. Cyril, after the war, would you go there with me? We can make some memories of your homeland that aren't all dull and lonely.
I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, I'll think about it.
That's nice. Alright. Lysithea and Felix, as well as Hahnemann. Let me mark those off. So Hahnemann goes down a level. And Felix goes down a level. Let me go down to Felix and Hahnemann. Excuse me. Okay. We'll start with Felix. There she is eating her sweets again.
Ah, yes. These are the moments I
understand you.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
Trust me, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So how did you like the cake? I bet you ate it, didn't you? I knew it was irresistible. What was the experience like? I'm curious, from a research perspective.
I don't know, I didn't eat it. I gave it to some kid.
You gave it to some undeserving child?
Undeserving child. How do you know the child wasn't deserving of it?
We've been over this. I don't like sweets.
Cake is not a sweet. Cake is the divine essence of the heavens.
Everyone has their own tastes.
That's true, but life without cake is no life at all.
You know, she's kind of spitting a little bit.
Your dismissiveness regarding cake is inexcusable.
I'm not sure why you're so fixated on this.
I simply can't resist the spongy magnificence of cakes. I don't understand how you can be so dispassionate about it.
I don't know, I just don't like it.
Just try a bite. Come on, open up.
No, I already told you I don't want it.
But I made this one, with care and attention, love even. And I went light on the sugar, just for you.
Not light enough, I bet. If I eat this, will you stop bothering me?
More or less.
More or less, she
just
says.
Don't give it to some silly child this time.
Well, you know the child's silly. Come on.
Let's get this over with.
He's gonna like it. Ah, we don't get to find out. God damn it. Alright, next is Hahnemann.
Phew. That about wraps it up for today's training. No thanks to a certain distraction. Professor Hahnemann, I know you're...
Hahnemann?
It's extremely unsettling the way you're always staring like that.
Yeah, he is kind of creepy.
My apologies, child.
Child, oh no.
Inconspicuous, not wanting to interrupt.
Your half-hearted attempt to hide your weird staring only makes it weirder.
Well, I must apologize. In the future, I shall do my staring out in the open.
That might ease the weirdness, but it will continue to be extremely unsettling.
I have no desire to disturb nor to disquiet you, but you are a most exquisite subject for my crest research, and you understand that the foundation of all research is observation.
I understand well enough, and I'll do my best to ignore it, but in return...
You must eat this cake.
In return, I will keep your secret. I have not spoken a word of your twin crests, not even to the church. If they knew I was withholding such valuable information, I might be branded a traitor. But such matters are trivial compared to the future of crestology.
Crestology.
Shh! Don't talk so loudly about it out here in the open.
That could either be the study of crest or the study of toothpaste. Crest, the brand.
Pardon my excitement.
Terrible joke.
I simply cannot let the opportunity to study such a miraculous subject go to waste.
These awful crests may seem miraculous to you, but for me, they fall under the category of curse.
Or cursology.
I hope one day you will share more about your tragic origins, whenever you have the time to recount it. Your tale may contain valuable information.
You are utterly lacking in empathy. You know that? Even if you spent your entire life observing me, you'd never understand my feelings and all I've been through. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I said good day, sir.
I fear I may have made a misstep.
You think?
I have no desire to trouble her, yet my research...
I have no desire to... My research! My research! Get out of here, you weirdo. Alright, next is Marianne Hahnemann. Great. We get to deal with him again. Alright, so Marianne and Hahnemann. There's Hahnemann. Take that one down one level, and then Marianne. Take that down one level. Alright.
I should head back.
Finished with your training, Miss Marianne?
Oh, Professor Hahnemann. Yes, I've just finished.
I refuse to call him Hahnemann. It's Hahnemann. I will die on that hill.
You have merely completed the exercises assigned to you, yes? Nothing more? Or am I wrong?
Yes. I'm sorry. I should have done more.
No, please. You've done as you were asked. Quite solid work, child. I simply wish to ask a question. You possess a crest, do you not? When you entered the Officers' Academy, your father submitted a request to the monastery, as well as a significant donation. Your father asked that your crest not be confirmed under any circumstances.
Okay, so then why are we having this conversation, Hahnemann?
At first, I thought he did not want the world to know that his daughter bore no crest. In your father's position as a newly minted noble, it would be most advantageous for his daughter to possess a crest, you see. However, I am now certain I was wrong. I believe you do, in fact, possess a crest of some sort.
How did you find out?
I have been called the Father of Crestology, which is a bit of an ostentatious title, I admit. However, a brief period of observation allows me to hazard a usually accurate guess as to whether a body houses a crest or not. With the knowledge of your father's actions and my own observations, I come to you with a warning. As a crest bearer, you are guaranteed to have certain talents. It is prudent to study your crest diligently to ensure your safe mastery of these talents, whatever they may prove to be.
No, I have no talents.
Oh yes, you do. No matter how hard you may try to hide it, my sight is keener than that. And what I see, others will eventually notice as well. Those who hold power must wield it in the service of their fellow man, Miss Marianne. I believe that is true, whether you are peasant or noble. And doubly true, I would say, for those with crests. Or do you think I'm wrong? On principle alone, it is a waste to allow a rare talent to remain dormant. I would like very much to advise you to aid your understanding of your crest. Will you accept my offer?
No, I refuse.
It is regrettable. A veritable tragedy, Miss Marianne.
Just runs off. Alright, we have a few more left. We're going to watch the rest of these before the end of the episode, so it might be a little bit longer. We're at 27 minutes. Probably won't be too much longer. Alright, so Leone and Seth. Let me mark these real quick. Alrighty.
Hello again, Seth. Oh, full basket. Big catch?
Indeed. Thanks to you, I now know all about the proper use of bait.
Even so, that's quite the haul.
It's a lot of fish.
I have developed a few tricks of my own as well. In my enthusiasm, I may have gotten a little greedy.
Oh, yeah?
Once I started to catch fish, I began to pay very close attention to the number I had caught. I hear it is not uncommon for one to become a little preoccupied with that sort of thing. And when I recalled the prospect of having what I caught cooked for me, the challenge was too tempting to ignore. But alas, it seems I have gotten a little more preoccupied than is appropriate for my age.
Well, that's only natural. Seeing what you've already got just makes you curious how far you can take it.
It has made fishing an even richer experience for me. And for that, I must thank you.
Don't mention it. Actually, I should thank you too.
Oh?
Yeah. Used to be, I only ever fished for food. Lately, though, I've been coming here just to relax. I do still eat the fish, of course, but I appreciate fishing in a whole new way now.
Seems we have both made worthwhile discoveries. So which is it today? Hunger or relaxation?
I'd only planned to take it easy, but seeing all you've caught has definitely made me hungry.
I had planned to bring all of them to you regardless. Take as many as you please.
Hey, thanks. In that case, why don't we eat together? You can leave all the cooking to me.
Leone likes older men. I'm starting to realize. Alright, so Shamir and Cyril, the last two. Oh, actually, it'd be almost perfect timing, actually. These are the last ones. So, let me mark these off real quick. We'll get through this and we'll wrap up the episode. In the next episode, we can start some auxiliary battles. Probably some battles at the Sealed Force. I know you haven't seen that before, so I'm going to bring it to you again. Shamir and Cyril. Okay, so there's Cyril. Let me find Shamir. Let me find Shamir. There she is. Alright. Okay.
Shamir, how do you figure I did today? In the battle, I mean. I tried to not get close to the enemy, and I even used some curved shots just like you taught me. And that was pretty good, huh?
You did well. You maintained a safe distance.
Well, that's even better than fine.
Cyril's great.
Is that worth celebrating?
Ha! You said I was fine before, now you're saying I did well, and that's a big improvement. Especially since everyone knows you're always so strict.
I give praise where it's due. To that point, you've made incredible progress. At first, you couldn't even draw a bow.
At first, you wouldn't even let me hold a bow.
Really?
You just gave me a stick with a piece of string tied on it, and you made me practice with that. Honest, I figured you were bullying me. I was really, really close to giving up. But then you finally gave me the bow. I mean it, I was mad. I'd done all the stuff you told me to, and I knew the way I was supposed to stand, and I could pull the string just so, but...
Maybe I was testing you. Seeing if you'd give up. You're the one who insisted that I teach you archery. I never intended to take you on as my student.
I just wanted to do whatever I could for Lady Rhea. More than just cleaning and chopping wood and such. I thought maybe I could help with the fighting, but I didn't know anything about swords. And archery was always something that interested me, so... You really helped me out with my dreams, even though you didn't get anything out of it. And that's really nice of you.
I gain nothing personally, but the whole army benefits if you're skilled. And those of us from outside of Fodlan should support one another, right?
But it's always been you helping me. I'm gonna keep working real hard with that bow so I can help you back.
Fair enough. Alright, so that is it. We finally caught up on all the support cutscenes there. Yeah, it took all episode. Go and save there. But anyways, guys, next episode, like I said, you know, we can take a little preview. Let's take a look, shall we? So we get 3 auxiliary... That's... Ah! Oh! We actually have a different mission. I could do both of these, I suppose. I mean, rare enemy approaching so we can get some materials. I mean, that's not a bad deal at all. I mean, we're doing okay on gold at this moment. So you know what? Depending on if we do one of these and they switch to a different mission, I don't know. Say we do Battle of the Plains and then Battle of the Border turns into something else. I don't know if that's what would happen or not, or if these will just always stay the same. So, I think what we'll do then is, we'll do both of these, and then after that, I'll determine which one we want to do again. So, let's start off with Battle at the Border. Rare enemies approaching, level 39 mission. We'll continue leveling up these supports. I always want to keep calling them support memories because of Dokkan Battle. But these support levels, and we will try to get them complete. We're getting pretty close to some of these. Like I said, the most important one is Claude right now. But once we're done with Claude, then I'm going to focus probably on Balthus. And Balthus, with the exception of Yuri, Constance, and Happy, we'll get them in the next playthrough because we'll use them more. Because we'll have access to them early on. But Balthus, I still need to get with Lysithea and Hilda, along with Johanne. But again, Johanne will be in that playthrough as well, right? So I don't have to really worry about that. After that, I'm going to focus on the rest of the our team. Like Lysithea, Lorenz, Raphael. Try to get them done because we may or may not be able to recruit them in the next playthrough as well. People like Sylvain, I'm not too worried about because we'll see him in a different playthrough. Sedith, you know, like his relationship with like Cyril isn't that big of a deal because I'm assuming that we get Sedith and Cyril regardless of which story we play through. So that's, you know, we're not too worried about those characters. Characters like Manuela, we'll get them as we go, obviously, but I'm not worried about their relationship specifically right now. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and like I said, next episode we'll start with Battle at the Border, so look forward to that. Until next time, I'm the Maverick Daniels, bidding you farewell, peace, and one love. Bang!